Hi, I'm Joanna Nissel. I'm the digital advisor for the Stay at Home Festival. I first got involved with the festival when I was working for creative writing incubator Paper Nations, and I saw Carolyn's original tweet suggesting an online festival might be something people were interested in. I just knew Paper Nations had to get involved. And that's how I ended up wrangling all your technical support needs. It's an odd mix of skills, isn't it? Tech support and poetry, which brings me to my own practice. I'm a poet primarily, although my MA was actually in memoir writing. I was the runner-up for the 2018 Poetry Business International New Poets Prize, and I'm very lucky to say my poetry has been published quite widely now. So if you were to ask me what I write about, I would say that I'm going through a shift at the moment where my content, I think, is changing. So I used to write quite a lot about family relationships, about particularly trauma and grief, having gone through a number of my own traumas and bereavements as a young writer. But at the moment, I think I'm going through a stage where I'm starting to look more outward. So my first pamphlet is more about the broader experience of being a shielder during the pandemic. But it's not explicitly about the pandemic. It's kind of within the background, within the context, but it's more about structural inequalities and landscape, and it's very much anchored in the sense of place on the Brighton coast, the Sussex landscape a little bit more widely. It's more looking at relationships and power dynamics, and I think that as I get older is more what I'm drawn to. But I think you could probably more accurately describe my work through a sense of tone rather than a content. So I was once told that my work has a certain stillness to it. Talking about practice itself, I'd say I'm a writer that needs stimulation to talk to someone or to experience new things or go out into the world to observe before I feel like I'm in the right headspace to write. And sometimes that's as simple as getting a writing prompt to observe your existing surroundings in a new way. When I was writing my pamphlet, it was daily walks on the Brighton coastline where I live. Most people recommend writing regularly, and while I definitely agree, I think for me, I need a certain amount of space not to be writing all the time. I need to just gather and process. It's National Poetry Writing Month right now, and I would normally fully take part. In fact, that's how my pamphlet got written at all. This is the first time in years I'm not fully taking part, and the relief when I acknowledged it wasn't right for me this year was palpable. I think that's important, allowing yourself the space to have periods where you're not constantly producing doesn't make you any less of a writer. So anyway, I really hope you enjoy the festival. It's going to be a fabulous couple of weeks.